What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Trey Jones. Today I'm going to be giving you 5 of the most painful anxiety symptoms. All right, if you stick around to the end, I'm going to give you 4 more painful anxiety symptoms that are a little less common, but I'm sure many of you have dealt with them as well. So guys, if you're ready to kick anxiety in the butt, smash the like button down below, leave me a comment, let everyone know your most painful symptom or symptoms that you are experiencing because of your anxiety. Now guys, I'm not a licensed mental health professional, but I did go through anxiety disorders for 5 long years. I experienced tons of annoying, painful, consistent symptoms that were due to my anxiety. Okay, so you're not alone there. That's what I do on this channel, to show you that there's light at the end of the tunnel, that you can overcome this, because I did. Now, I do offer life coaching for anxiety. If you're interested in that, doing that one-on-one with me on the phone, email me. That's down below in the description and in the first pinned comment. So let's jump into this, guys. My number 1 most painful anxiety symptom is chest pain. That was something that I dealt with on a regular basis, and that's one of the main reasons it's number 1. Sure, it was very painful. I would have sharp pain, crushing pain, radiating, but I think the most annoying aspect of it was it always seemed to be there. There was always that dull ache, that dull reminder, like, hey, I'm still here. Keep worrying about heart disease or heart problems. I'm not gonna go away. My chest pain would come up even whenever I wasn't consciously or obviously stressed. So that would flip me out. I always constantly worried about my heart. And of course I would have high blood pressure, fast heart rate palpitations with that, numbness, tingling. So I always thought I was in danger of having a heart attack. Had numerous testing done, always would come back clear. But for 2.5 years, I was just I was just convinced, right, that I had something wrong with my heart because of my constant chest pain. So I would have it in the middle, high, low, left, right, didn't matter. And this was due to muscle tension, to be quite frank. And many of you are dealing with that. But esophageal spasms and acid reflux and trapped gas in your upper abdomen can lead to this as well. All right. The next one, guys, is back pain. May seem strange, but this was one of the most painful symptoms that I would deal with. And if I had to rank any of these as far as like the immediate pain that I dealt with, like that sharp, excruciating pain, back pain would actually probably be number 1. And an example of this, I was under a ton of stress, a lot of anxiety. My whole body was tense, right? So I decided, I was like, you know, I'm gonna try to exercise. I'm gonna try to do something for my mental health. So I don't do any stretching. Big mistake, guys. If you deal with anxiety, please stretch before you work out. You have a lot of tension. It's best to get that out before you start jumping around. So I grabbed the jump rope. About 2 hops in, my whole lower back falls out, and I couldn't do anything for 2 days. So obviously that was extremely painful, but I would develop these knots in my back and they would burn. I remember being at work and walking around and just having this nonstop burning sensation, almost as if somebody was putting a cigarette out on my back. So definitely dealt with a lot of back pain. Also, every single morning I would wake up, it felt like I was sleeping on concrete. I had a decent bed, but that's how bad my back would hurt every single morning, and it took about 2 hours for that to wear off. The next one, guys, is stomach pains. Now, obviously, anxiety can mess with our digestive system, causing diarrhea, constipation. There's a lack of blood flow, and especially if you spend a lot of your time like me in fight or flight, your digestion no longer becomes a priority to your body. You're trying to fight or run away. You're not really worried about digesting food. So that can bring a lot of symptoms, the cramping, the gas, maybe TMI, but every single morning I woke up, along with the back pain, I would have horrible gas pains, and that gas would remain trapped for a few hours to start my day. So I dealt with that every single morning. Also, I had constipation issues from time to time, and then a lot of times I would actually have diarrhea if I was having a panic attack. I know that's a lot of information, but I'm here to just relate with you guys, okay? So just bear with me. But I dealt with that a lot. The next one, guys, headaches. Now, I didn't deal with this one as often as some of you that deal with migraines and 24/7 tension headaches, but I would have this ever so often. And let me tell you, not only was it very painful, this was sharp pains that I would deal with deep inside my head, and it would flip me out, made me think I was having an aneurysm or a stroke. I was just terrified. And then this also led me to think I had some issue like brain cancer that runs in my family, so it made me extremely paranoid. I had health anxiety, so headaches definitely would affect me. Now I had all types, radiating, I had the tension, but I had sharp pains, I had the dull aches with that. Just a variety of head pains, if you will. So the fifth one, guys, is acid reflux. Now, if you've never had this, you're probably not gonna understand. But my acid reflux was so bad, and the reason this happens, guys, is your stomach produces a lot more acid whenever you're anxious or stressed out. So whenever I would be at my most anxious moments, I would have like this constant fullness in my upper chest, and it would make my throat be on fire, my chest would be on fire. And if this has ever happened to you guys, it's a total nightmare. Going to sleep and then that acid, it feels like lava coming into your mouth or into the bottom of your throat. I would wake up like basically throwing up and gagging and choking because of how acidic that stuff was coming out of my throat. So I dealt with that often. Quick little tip, apple cider vinegar, 2 teaspoons with a little bit of lemon in a glass of water every single morning. Got rid of my heartburn. Thank you, Jesus. Like, that was amazing for me. So let's get to the bonus ones, right? These are a little less common, but I want you guys to pay attention because I might be able to relate with some of you. Now, arm pain. This is something that I dealt with. Now, I told you earlier I dealt with chest pain. So I would always Google and I would see what the symptoms were as far as a heart attack. So I would see that it would involve shooting pains in your left arm. So my mind was so focused on this, it actually mimicked these symptoms and would focus symptoms and tension in certain areas. So since I worried about the left arm pain, I would often get that whenever I would have my panic attacks or when my chest would hurt. So it was a little bit of muscle memory. It would happen every single time. And of course, whenever you focus on certain areas of your body and on areas of tension, it can just become much, much worse. And we can say that about all of our symptoms, right? When we focus, the symptom gets worse. So I would have a lot of arm pain. It would sometimes be shooting, radiating, and then dull, you know. So a variety of arm pain there, and it would really make me feel like I was having a heart attack. It was just one of those things. The next one, this is a little strange, eye sensitivity. So whenever we're stressed out, our pupils will dilate to bring in more light, right? Because you're trying to see your surroundings better because your body is in survival mode, or at least it thinks it's in survival mode. Well, it is in survival mode, let's be clear about that. But you're taking in more light. So there's a lot of things that come with this, obviously the blurry vision, the floaters, right? The flashes, but something else that happens. Every morning I would get up, it seemed like, and the sun was on the horizon, especially when I'm driving, it would pierce through my eyes and it would be extremely painful. It was a sharp pain. So I actually had to start wearing sunglasses in the mornings whenever I would travel or commute to work. So I've talked to many people actually through coaching that have experienced the same thing. So if you're dealing with that, you are not alone. It's more so annoying, but it still can be quite painful. The next one, guys, is leg cramps, all right? Some of you get these with twitches and spasms, but I would just have leg cramps. Basically, the growing pains that you get in your legs whenever you're growing up and you're a teenager, that's kind of what it felt like, because of all the tension that I would deal with, and it would be my legs and in my thighs as well. So I would deal with the leg cramps. It's just muscle tension, right? Muscle tension, in my opinion, causes 90% of the secondary symptoms that we deal with, right? Because muscle tension is actually a symptom of anxiety, but it causes a lot of secondary symptoms. Last but not least, and this one right here really affects certain people. It's not super common, but it's burning skin sensations, okay? Your sensory nerves are extremely sensitive and stimulated and can cause this burning sensation pretty much anywhere on your body. So that's my 5 most painful symptoms of anxiety, followed by 4 a little less common, but ones that I would deal with occasionally, but I know a lot of you complain about as well. Rightfully so, right? Guys, my tips for anxiety are down below. I want you to apply those in your life each and every day. There are tons of resources down there. Make sure that you check those out along with the social media. And guys, remember, if you want to do one-on-one coaching with me on the phone, email me. It's down below in the description and in the first pinned comment. Guys, I love you. Keep fighting. Stay safe out there. Practice your social distancing and good hygiene. I think we're going to get through this, guys, but I love you all. New series coming. I still haven't decided the name, either Faces of Anxiety or My Anxiety. It's going to be a series where you guys can actually send me videos and talk about your anxiety and give some of the coping mechanisms that you use to get over it or to help you, at least cope with your stress and anxiety. Excited about that, so look forward to that coming out soon. Guys, I love you. Until next time, bye.